Welcome back to another series for Halacha for women. We are continuing the series called Otzar Dinim. We are in Halacha number 20. Today we want to see of the importance when a person wakes up in the morning, he has to see to it that he washes his hands like we've been dealing in the past halachot in order to get rid of the spiritual impurity which lies on his hand. Why is that so important? Because the Gemara Masech Shabbat in Daf Kufchet Amud Bet, that's page 108, side 2, it says over there that if a person in the morning when he wakes up and he doesn't wash his hands and he touches his finger and he touches the eye itself, the Gemara says over there that his chas v'shalom, the hand should be cut off. Or if a person went ahead and he didn't wash his hands in the morning and he touches a barrel of wine, he touches the wine itself, the Gemara says over there, chas v'shalom, that his hand should be cut off. Rashi explains over there that all this is going specifically in the morning where you didn't wash your hands after you woke up from your sleep. Because he explains, he says, why do we say let his hand be cut off, chas v'shalom? Because since you have a spiritual impurity that rests on your hand, and now by you touching everything else, it defiles it. So what ends up really happening, you are consuming food which is kosher, but is defiled. Excuse me. That's what comes from Yitzchak Yosef Shada. From all this, it's a whole Gemara, but from all this comes from Yitzchak Yosef Shada, and he tells us over here the importance of washing one's hands in the morning to remove the spiritual impurity before touching a food or a liquid. And if you did touch a food or a liquid, what's going to be the halacha? So let's see it inside. Lechatchila yesh lashgiach שהילדים הקטנים יטלו את ידיהם קודם שיגעו במאכלים או במשקים. Initially, a parent should see to it that small children should wash their hands in the morning before they touch any type of food or any type of liquid. Even when you're dealing with children, you want to try to be careful with this initially, that they should not touch a food or a liquid before having removed the spiritual impurity from their hand. But now what happens if you know 100% somebody went ahead and he touched that food? He says, what happens if you know 100% for sure that an adult, a girl over 12, a boy over 13, they went ahead and they woke up in the morning and they did not wash their hands to remove the spiritual impurity and they touched a food. If it's dry food, for example, like fruits, you're able to go ahead and wash it underwater. You should wash it 3 times with water. But when you're dealing with soft food, where it's impossible to wash them, for example bread, or for example liquid. Minadin, halachically speaking, we're going to allow you to consume it post fact. If it already happened, we're going to say it happened, let it go. So we see over here that Rav Chaim Igal is giving us a very big rule. A person who wakes up in the morning and does not remove the spiritual impurity from his hand, and he touches a dried food which is washable, we're going to tell you have to wash it 3 times with water. A food which is not washable, we're going to allow you to eat it, we're going to allow you to consume it if it already happened. He says, but for sure, but if small children did touch them, that if small children, you could be even much more lenient. With adults, we're telling you halachically, okay, we're going to allow you to eat it, consume it, okay. But when you're dealing with small children, you could be even much more lenient and consume it. You have basically less reason to worry with small children compared to adults. Nevertheless, one who's stringent to not to consume food which was touched by a person who did not remove the spiritual impurity from his hand, Tavo alav beracha. Hashem should shower him with blessings. As long as there's not a great loss in the object. We have to understand This business of washing your hand in the morning to get rid of the spiritual impurity is a real thing. And you guys just, if I can put it into a perspective, if you ever went somewhere with a person who's very negative, everywhere you go, you could be in a party, you could be at work, you could be sitting at home, you could be doing whatever you do, you could be eating, you could do anything. But if you have a person who's very negative, you also feel that negativity. Somehow he's draining your energy from you. You don't understand, why am I feeling like this? I'm a happy person. But he's the one who's doing meaning the negative person, he's the one who's not happy. But why is that taking effect on me? Because that's how it works, Abotai. The environment has effect on us. How we talk has an effect on us. How we dress has an effect on how we feel. What we eat, that's how we feel, Abotai. What we see, that's what we know. It's what you put in, that's what comes out. Same thing over here. With the spiritual impurity, you might think you're doing nothing wrong by not washing your hands. But you don't understand why you're feeling down all day. It's because the spiritual impurity is like that negative person that's just, he's sucking your energy away from you. And that's what they do, Rabotai. That's why there's a whole halacha about not having long nails. Because they are able, this Ruch Ra'ah has the capability to drain out your energy. In any event, we see today from Rav Yitzchak Yosef Shlita the importance of making sure that you have to wash your hands, meaning adults have to wash their hands, children have to wash their hands before they touch a food or a liquid. If they did not wash their hands and they did touch it, we're going to tell you, if it happened, you're allowed to consume it. But we did see that he said if somebody wants to be stringent, it's proper to be stringent, that Hashem should go ahead and bless you with a lot of berachot. Have a great day.